All right, breaking news before you go. A person is in the hospital after this shooting. This happened around 44th and Curtis Avenue just before 2 o'clock this morning. Police on scene telling First Alert 6 the victim's injuries are minor and the search for a suspect is ongoing.
Also breaking this morning, fire crews respond to reports of a house fire. It happened near 150th and Willow Creek Drive just after 2 a.m. Dispatch tells us no one was hurt. No word on the cause. Damage is estimated at $45,000.
In breaking news here at the Alert Desk, gas prices are up for the 12th straight day, according to AAA. The national average is now hovering around $3.60 a gallon, and that's over 20% more than a month ago. Nebraska's average is at $3.22 a gallon. Iowa's is actually the same. The conflict with Iran is that main reason for Brent crude oil topping $100 a barrel this morning. Even approval of a historic release from reserves isn't bringing the price to pre-war levels. Aaron.
More top stories now. Council Bluffs police searching for a bicyclist who stabbed a 45-year-old passenger after an argument. They say the victim was stabbed in the leg but is expected to survive.
Happening today, Justin Dooling is due in court. He is charged with felony sexual assault of a child under the age of 14. Deputies say a viewer tip after our Crime Stopper story helped track him down.
Also today, 4 people accused in connection to the murder of a Stromsburg couple are due in court. Sheena Miller, Amy Mitchell, and Kendall Hawthorne are charged as accessory. Matthew Licklider is facing 3 felonies.
Now, the war in Iran isn't just raising gas prices for drivers. It's hitting Nebraska farmers hard. Lancaster County farmer Rod Holman says his dry fertilizer jumped hundreds of dollars per ton after the attacks. That's on top of higher fuel, tax, seed, and repair costs.
Nebraska Senator Pete Ricketts weighing in on a no-bid state contract now under police investigation. He says state leaders have a right to look into deals after auditor Mike Foley accused Governor Pillen of favoritism on a $2.5 million emergency contract.
Happening today, Creighton men's basketball begins Big East tournament play. Tip-off against Seton Hall is this afternoon at 1:30.